Good afternoon, traders. It's Friday, March 13th at 3:14 p.m. Let's review our trade setups for today. Exciting day. QQQs on the upside and the downside, and Adobe on the upside. So we don't have a bias. The market's on the downside, but we were able to capture the move on the upside and the downside, and Adobe actually retraced quite a bit and didn't hit our bearish below. So let's review QQQs. Bullish above 595.50, bearish below 593. Now, when we mapped this out, that was right around here. So you can see we were around 595 anyway when we mapped this out. So 595.50, this occurred pre-market right into the open. So you can see the 4 and the 8 are running together, my red line and the blue line. And we struggled a bit here with my 200 simple, 200 exponential. There's 8 o'clock. You always get that big wick of late reported things that come across the tape. That doesn't really mean too much. And then here we went to a high of 603.60. I had mapped this out all the way to this one, 601.92. And you can see 845, we tagged that, pulled back, and then at the open we shot up here to this 603.60. so this one blew through all of my upside targets and then turned around. So there's a stop out here on the downside because we had mapped this out here. So it said bearish below 593. The low of the day here was 592.62. My first target was 592.39, which was this. So it came very close to it. But, you know, the lesson here is because we mapped this out here and then all of this time had passed, it's like, okay, well, we've got to remap to see where is a good actual entry. So what we're looking for is a break and retest. So in this case, we had this massive volume at 9:30. You always see that. This came up and this was an R1. And so this is strong, but we upthrusted, increasing volume, breaking below, upthrusted, couldn't hold that. That's a great shorting opportunity. And then we came back down here to the pivot. We upthrusted a little bit, rolled over, and increasing volume. Look at this. And the 4 and the 8 exponential moving average stayed pretty much together all the way down to the bottom. So if you saw this volume with this great entry on the short side, 601, no reason to get out until maybe here. That's still 597. That's still 4 points. There's another entry, well, here on the short side. But anyway, this kind of fizzled out around lunchtime, which it normally does most of the time. Lunchtime's a little bit sideways anyway. And so, yeah, it went sideways, moved down a little bit, and then now we're just kind of fizzling out. So being able to remap is phenomenal and take some profit along the way. If you had that back to the pivot, 601.50 to 599, call it 60, that's $1. No, $2 right there. Up thrust breaking down, just take some profit. You know, if you have 4 contracts, take 2 off. If you did this, take 2 off or 3 and then leave 1 for the go big or go home sort of thing on that. So, okay, I'll quit blabbing about the Qs. Let's go ahead and look at Adobe. They had earnings and lots of businesses beating them out on their core business concept. So let's see. So you can see here on the right hand side, this is the daily. We had gapped down here, up thrusted a bit and pulled back. So this was interesting. We were bullish above 247.50, bearish below 243. So right at 4 a.m. right here, we wanted to get below 243, and that didn't happen. This kind of was support, but we were bullish above 247.50. That occurred here, hit a couple targets, pulled back to the 246. But this was key. We mentioned this morning, this 500K print from February 20th, 256.20, coming into the open. So we got another run at this 247.50, and this is a great entry. Look, There's a higher high, higher low, higher high. We got a lower low, but you see this volume increasing. 4 crossing the 8, that's the momentum there. And then at the open, we shot up and tagged this print by, what time was that? 9:40. In the first 10 minutes of the day, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets. And so that was great. The high we wanted was 257.59 was the S3, which was here. That was my final target, but this print was a target, 256.20. And so this is print pong. We pulled back to the S4 and we just kind of fluttered around here doing virtually nothing. And it's like, why are we doing nothing? Well, look at this. I'm going to turn on the real-time prints for the day. Oh, look what happened here. You can draw a box around this because at the bottom, 77,000. Bottom third, 57,000. Top of the channel, 76,000. And so they're manipulating this to get the price action where they want it to go to continue on. And all right, happy trading, everyone. We'll see you Monday. All new trade setups. MobyTick has partnered with TrendSpider to bring real-time institutional trades to your charts. Click the link in the description below for more details.